Hey, what's up everyone? Alvaro here from Alvaro Barrios Digital, and in today's video, I want to talk about the fact that when you first launch your Facebook campaign, you should go in with the anticipation of losing money. What? I know. Why would you run Facebook campaigns if you're going to lose money? I promise you it's going to make sense, and it actually builds upon last week's video, so check it out and let me know what you think. Hey, what's going on everyone? I hope you're doing well, and in this week's video, I actually want to expand upon something I spoke about in last week's video where I was talking to you about the gamblers and the investors, and how I said you obviously want to be an investor whenever it is that you're actually running Facebook ads. So I want to give you now this time around a scenario of how an investor would deal with a situation, because I mentioned in last week's video that an investor doesn't see a loss with your Facebook ads as a loss. An investor sees that as a learning opportunity to figure out what works, what doesn't, and then finally tuning the campaign so that eventually it does get to work. So the scenario I'm going to give you today, actually I need to give full credit to someone else. It's actually Julie Stoyan from Funnel Gorgeous, and I heard a podcast episode of hers recently, actually after I made last week's video, and this is for the Create Your Laptop Live podcast that she runs, and in it she talked about how you should treat your Facebook ads, and it was a very similar thing that I spoke about last week, although she gave a more concrete scenario of launching a campaign, experiencing a loss, and going from there. But it fit perfectly in with what I spoke about last week of the investor looking at that loss as a learning lesson. So because it fits so perfectly, I wanted to bring that in and give you that scenario right here today. But again, I just want to make it clear I'm giving full credit to Julie Stoyan in her podcast episode. I believe it's episode 42 for the Create Your Laptop Live. So if you do want to hear that, go over to her website and check it out. It's a very, very good episode, but I will be breaking it down here and talk to you about, how it relates to being an investor and building upon last week's video. So again, in last week's video, I mentioned that an investor with Facebook ads, or at least that persona with Facebook ads, doesn't treat a loss as a loss. And that's true, and that's what you want to strive for. Furthermore, to kind of build upon that, when you first launch a campaign, any campaign, you should go in with the expectation of losing money. You should literally be telling yourself, I will make $0 and I will be in the hole for however much I actually end up spending on this campaign. And so I know it's a little hard, a tough pill to swallow right there, but it's true. Most campaigns fail right out of the gates. I know you hear the stories of people who launch a campaign and money all of a sudden starts falling from the sky, but those are unicorn situations, and they give you a false notion of what it's like to launch your first Facebook ad campaign. And I can tell you from experience, running ads for other people, that right out of the gates, usually they don't work. So go into the campaign with the launch with the thought, or almost the fact, right, that you will lose the money that you invest. You're going to make $0 and you're going to be in the hole. And the sooner you kind of get over that and get comfortable with it, the easier it will be for when that moment actually comes, when you actually do launch, lose money, and make zero revenue, right? So it just makes it easier if you already get in that mindset beforehand. So go in with the expectation of losing money, because that will make you a better Facebook ad investor, because again, you're not going to be angry about the lost money. You're going to be analyzing the situation and figuring out, okay, what went well, what didn't go well, what changes I have to make. So now let me give you the very specific scenario that Julie gave in her podcast. And basically what you want to do in this scenario is that, let's say you first launch your campaign, it's brand new, you're just testing things out, and you invest $1,000 into this campaign and you make zero money, right? So that means you're in the hole $1,000, which hurts, right? No one wants to be in the hole $1,000, but you look at what happened, and again, you analyze the information, what worked, what didn't work. Then you make the necessary tweaks and you relaunch again. And this time you're in the hole $500. So you made a little bit money, but you spent more than you made, so you're in the whole $500. Now at this point, in grand total, you're in the whole $1,500, right, with your Facebook ads. Again, not a fun scenario. People don't enjoy that, but it's about being smart and being a good investor and taking the learning. So at this point, you're $1,500 in the hole after your third campaign, or second campaign, I should say. But let's say in that third campaign, you finally find that magic formula. So you actually make $5,000. That means that at this point with this third campaign, you're up $4,500. And then in month number 4, you make $10,000, and then month 5, $20,000, and in month 6, you're making $30,000 a month based upon your funnel and your offer. And that's not an uncommon scenario right there. So yes, that $1,500 hole that you put yourself into hurts, right? No one likes to be in that situation, but imagine where you can be months from now, where you're making, $20,000 a month, $30,000 a month, and stuff like that. Obviously, being in the hole goal for $1,500 within the first 2 months ends up being worth it because you figure out what works and what doesn't, and you treated the campaign as an investor. And again, I keep on going back to this investing analogy. It is no different from investing in stocks. So think about it. Yes, there are some day traders out there that try to make their money on buying a stock one day and selling it 3 days later and hoping to make a profit off of it. But that's not how most people invest. That's not how Warren Buffett invests, for example. He doesn't buy stocks one day and then sell them a few days later trying to make a quick profit. He buys a stock and holds on to it for a very, very, very long time. And over time, right, the value of that stock that he has chosen goes up in value and he ends up making a ton of money. It's no different with Facebook ads. You should not expect to make money right away. It's going to be a slow process, but you're scientific about it and you're analytical and you take away your learnings every single time. You know, within the matter of 3 months, 4 months, you can find yourself in a very, very profitable situation where you are just scaling successful campaigns and your life is good and very easy from that point out. So hopefully that scenario really helped drive home the point from last week's video of being an investor with your Facebook ads. And if you found this video useful and you'd like to figure out a way if we can work together, head on over to alvarobarrios.com/FB help. You're going to fill out a short application right there just so I can learn a little bit more about your situation and about your business and what your goals are with Facebook ads. And based upon that result, we'll then hop on a call, a Zoom call actually, to figure out what's the best way to work together, because there are actually a few ways based upon your current scenario and your goals that we can work together. It's not just, you know, one size fits all type of solution that I have. I have different solutions for different businesses based upon where they are and what their goals are. So I will link that in the comments below. Head on over there, fill out the application, and then, like I said, we'll hop on that call. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I will see you next week. If you found this video helpful, please support the channel by hitting that like button and leave your comments below. Let me know what else you would like for me to cover, and I'll try to cover it as best as possible. And if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. That way you don't miss any new videos when we put them out. That's all I've got for you today. Take care and see you soon.